everybody, welcome back to Yorkshire 166. I am Mark, your host, who can... Well, yes, I do entertain people, I really do. Now I'm going to have a walk round. I'm going to show you, it's an update video of my PS1 games. So there you go. So that is the first PlayStation, the grey one. This is not the PS1. Everyone thinks this is a PS1 and it's not. It's just called PlayStation. That's what it says. It don't say PS1 on it. It says PlayStation. So this is the PlayStation. This is the one what were launched. Even I know that. And it's one of the ones what I like because it's got these here parallel ports. And it's got these parallel ports, and you can hook it up to an amplifier basically. My mate, a friend of mine did it where I used to live over at Huddersfield, and he had this plugged into an amp, and he used all the music then came through his stereo speakers, even playing the game, and it gave him a more, how can I put it, a more, what's the word? Immersion, more immersed. You got more immersed into it and things like that. And then you got your AV multi out, and you got your video out, and your audio. Oh. Serial port, you got your AV multi out, RFU DC out, video out, and left and right out, and things like that. So yeah, you got all that there. Then I quickly turn it around, and then you got the soft eject, which a lot of people take for granted nowadays, but this had soft eject. Just goes to show you how much quality. So and I must admit, it is a better quality than the PS1, but this is the original PlayStation. It's one that were launched and everything. It's even got the reset button there. It's got everything what you need to know. It's got the power on it. It's got everything what you need to know. Basically, this set a big craze and standard. It really did. It's not bad for a little machine. Just be thankful. Now, so that was the original grey play. This is the PS1 because it said so. It says it on it, PS1. But people seem to think that the PS1 has different games, and they don't. These are PlayStation games what play on both machines because they're both the same. It's just that for some reason Sony went down the route of calling this a PS1. If they're going to do that, they should have called that it. Let's face it. But this is, they're like, this should be really called the PlayStation Slim because it is. It's slim. It's the Pebble. I nickname it the Pebble because it looks like a pebble, and it hasn't got a reset, but it's got on and off. It's got 1 to 2 players. It's got its on and off. It's got its one, memory card slot there on top, and 1 to 2 players, and then it's got. You ready for this? A quick release, and this is what people forget. You see? So when you see a grey one, just remember. PlayStation, not a PS1. It's just a normal PlayStation. This is the PS1. This is definitely a PS1, and I got this. How much did I pay for this? 15 quid. I paid £15 for that. I got everything with it, obviously. I've been sorting out my PlayStation and my PS1, everything what I have with it into separate bags. So now my PS3, my PS2 and my PS1 stuff are all in 3 separate bags, which makes it easier. You don't get tangled up. So yeah, So that's definitely one of them. And this is the Slim, you know. This doesn't sound, you know, sound wise, it's not as good. This sounds better, not as good, if you know what I mean. So there you go. So that out of the way. Now you've seen that. I'll show you the games. I haven't really added much to this since last time you saw it, but I thought I'd do an update video. Why not? I'm going through most of my games while we're on lockdown. So yeah. So you know, start off with FIFA 2000. FIFA 2000. Yeah, it's not a bad game. Not a bad little game at all. I do like FIFA, I must admit, but I think it's gone down the path. To tell you the truth, I think FIFA 10 is it's got a bit stale, if you know what I mean, and that I think. But there you go. Well, that's what it is, and they just multi-shove them out every year, just knowing that people are buying them. That's why they do it. That's why they shove them out like they do. Yeah. FIFA 97. That's FIFA 97. Yes, I played it. It's not a bad little game, I suppose, but it's FIFA 97. I have played it. It was the best FIFA that I know. When it came onto PlayStation, I must admit, I was expecting something like an arcade game, but when it was like a full, you can have a full 45 minutes either side. I thought, ooh, that sounds interesting, and it really was. Yeah, if you like your realism, then you got the only goals is to quality. Pick from 122 net and take over team all the way to France 98. So there you go, France 98. So there you go. Well, I haven't played much of this game. Yes, it's got a case what's a bit broken, but wouldn't you be at this age? Yeah, it's knocking on a bit. Yeah, cases are fragile, I must admit, they do get fragile. Now, V-Rally. This is a controversial one for me, because I do like rally games, but I do prefer the Colin McRae one. V-Rally, you had a problem. The AI on this, it don't stay right. They had a big problem, and it was a big problem, because there were gaming shows on TV what were really pointing it out, and I completely agree with them. V-Rally 2 is a better game than this, I must admit. But at price, I wasn't going to argue. But yeah, just remember that V-Rally 2 is the better game than this. Cool Borders Free. Well, not my cup of tea. Well, it's not my game at all. Not into these kind of games. I've been told I'm missing out, but nah. It's like it's like other games. I mean, I'll give it a go, but it's not my cup of tea really, and it really isn't. And like I said, I just picked it up because I wanted it for collection. I got all of these games. I think it was about a year ago. Well, it's going back a year now. I got these games from Cash Converters, and I haven't seen any more. Not around locally to me. People say, "Oh, there's loads." Not in my area, there isn't. There might be in other areas, but not in my area. Not where I live, I'll tell you. And we got... Yeah, well, it's a Ubisoft game. And it's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. And it is, really. And it's an exclusive as well, so... Yeah, so, you know, it's a bit of an exclusive. It's a good game, but I wasn't going to I wasn't going to argue. And I did get a decent deal. I mean, these games didn't really cost me £2.99 because they did do me a deal on them, and that. So there you go. I do like my Formula 1. I must admit, Formula 1 2000 is great. I like to get the early ones than these. I like to get into the 90s with these. I really would. They were interesting games. This is the 2000 one. F1. And it's, you know, I have recently found out, I've got the booklet, I've got everything. On eBay, these go, well, I paid £3 for this, but they do go on eBay for about 20 quid, and I won't pay that. But they're good, and they're all working. I have tested all these games, trust me. Now, the real driving, at the time, I think Gran Turismo, when they bought this out, they did well. There was no answer from any other company. Only Microsoft did answer it with Forza, didn't they? If you remember Forza, but it wasn't this, and this did it for PlayStation. It really did. It took off. And people say, "Oh no, it didn't." It did. It took off, and these sold very well. And I must admit, and if it didn't sell very well, they wouldn't have made follow-ups, and they did. They made number 2, didn't they? Gran Turismo 2. That's even better than that. And then they did the A-Spec for PlayStation 2, and that's better than that. Yeah, they just get better and better. But I do want Gran Turismo 2. Colin McRae Rally, number 1 bestseller. Well, you can't fault it. It is. It is number 1 bestseller. It's still a good game to this day. It looks a bit dated when you play it on PS1 or PS2, or even if you're looking to get a PS3, yeah, you can play this on it. They do look dated, but it still holds up in my opinion as the best-selling game. It really does. Colin McRae Rally, they nailed it. They really did. They really nailed it. Test Drive 4. I like to get the other test drives. I like to get the 1st, 2nd and 3rd, and I think there's a number 5. But this one, I like it. I really do. Beauty and the Beast all the way. I do like it, even though it takes a little bit of getting used to, but yes, I do like it. You know, it's all style drive, you know, it really is going back. And I do really like it. And yeah. And I like I say, I've tested these games, but I have played this game because I think my mate Kevin, he had a test drive game, and I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was this one or 3 or 2. I can't remember, but I did have one, and we played on it for hours. Yeah, it's what we used to do back in the day. Put them there, so that's it. And then you come to this now. This one is Speedster. I don't know a lot about it. I have played it, but it's not as good. I won't say it's as good. It's just one of those things, in it. What they made. I think this got made, and who made it? Because it's not that good a game. Psychosis. I can't. Well, it's not that. It's not that good a game actually, but it's there. It's playable, but it's lacking. If you know, it's lacking in detail. That's it. That's the one. It's lacking in detail, but it's playable and it's doable. Now, we all know about Boss Challenge. You know all about this. Seen this on gameplay. It's a good game. I like it. It's interesting. It really is. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's in multiple languages. It'll be shit." No. Yes, it's the platinum version what I've got, but it doesn't mean to say it's in multiple languages that it's rubbish. It's just that some games in multiple languages happen to be crap. But this one happens to be a decent one. It really is. The last one of what I've got is Pro Racer. Now, I don't know much about this game, Pro Racer. What I do know is I've had it on, I've tested it. It works, I've got everything with it. Yeah, I've got everything with it. And it looks to be a decent game. It really does. It's by Midas as well, so Midas is, Midas is supposed to be good, and I mean, it takes you through the novice into a pro racer. It's a simulator, isn't it? Really, you don't say that, but that's what I think it is. It's a pro racer. It's a simulator game, and it's quite cute, and I like it. So yeah, it's quite a little game. So I've got 13 games. I know it's unlucky to have it, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I've got 13 games. But I think I've got 13 games what I definitely play in any case. And that's what it's all about. And this is the other thing what I wanted to address as well. Someone says to me, when does a collection become a collection? Well, to me, even if you've got one game, it's the beginning of a collection. So if you own one game, as far as I'm concerned, if you own one game, it's the beginning of a collection, isn't it? So you've got one game, but if you've got a console, it's the beginning of a collection. So you've got one game to go towards, that's your first game. And you should always remember your first game. I remember my first game, I think. First game I played on here, and my mate Kevin will correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think my first gameplay on here was the Medal of Honor game, what they did. I think it was the first Medal of Honor they did on this. And me and Kevin sat down and played it. And we also played other games as well. I think we played Toca Race Driver, touring car on this as well, and it was quite interesting. I've never owned one until very recently. Like I say, I got these 2019. I got them a year ago, and I don't have any emotional attachment to it, but I recognise quality when I see it, and this is quality. It really is. This is lacking in quality. Well, it is really, but it's still a good system to pick up, and it's one what's easy to. Don't take up a lot of room, does it? I've seen people, with these. I've seen people sell these absolutely broken, but what they've done is through there. What they've done is put, it's took all this out. They gutted it. They put a clock maker and turned that into a clock and hung it on the wall. You know what I mean? So you can bear that in mind as well. So so that's what I got. I see. So when do you call a collection, Mark? Well, to go from one extreme to the other, I remember getting a PS2, and I had a PS2, and I had one game. That is a collection. It is a collection. You got one game. It is a collection. That's the minimum collection. And then I bulked it out. I've gone mad on it. I've got I've got just over 100 games for PlayStation. I've got them in six bags at CX with them drawstring. I've got them in them, 6 of them. So I've got quite a few, but that's my favourite system is PlayStation 2. It really is. Don't get me wrong, I'm collecting for the Nintendo GameCube, but for different reasons. The reason why I'm collecting for Nintendo GameCube is it's quirky. It's them small discs. It is really quirky, and that's the reason why I collect for that. And the reason why I wanted the first Xbox, the big Xbox, what they bought out, they just called it. A lot of people call it OG Xbox. It's not. It's just called Xbox. So that Xbox, what I've got the Halo one. I wanted that because again, it's a quirky console. It's the one what began the hard drive system, innit? It's the only one I know before when they bought Xbox out and they said there'll be an hard drive in it, everyone was like, yeah, right. They weren't wrong. They weren't wrong at all. Because if you look at the game size, you needed an hard drive to save to it. So yeah, that's why That's why they built in an hard drive. But this was at a time when it came out, it were competing, wasn't it? It really was competing with Sony and Dreamcast and things like that. And you know, we all know Sony. Well, we all know the PlayStation 2, don't we? So we all know that debacle. But the Xbox, the very first Xbox, was the beginning of the hard drive era. And they did it in PS3 for that particular reason, because they knew Xbox would continue that. So Sony knew they had to do a bit of catch up, and they did. They played catch up. They really did. It's not a very big hard drive in that, but they did play catch up. In my PS3, in my Super Slim, I've got a 500 gigabyte. That's a big hard drive from the great big, and that's a Super Slim. It's not the original fat. My mate's got the original fat. I think that's the 60 gig one. So there you go. So that's it from me. I just hope that you've enjoyed this. It's something what we can all relate on. And I'd like to give a big thank you out to all my new subscribers who have recently subscribed. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy the channel. And if you have liked, and if you have liked this video, please thumbs up, like the video. Please subscribe to the video if you want more. Hit the bell, hit all. That will notify you when I'm putting up a video. I forget myself half the time, you see. And also, please share the content. Please share it to Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you want. Please share it. You can even share it to your friends and family if you want. It gets me out there. It gets more people interested in the channel, and that's what it's all about. And please, if you want to comment anything about this or PlayStation, comment below. So you comment below. And if you do really want to help my channel, like and share. They're the two most important. And also subscribe. Subscribe if you are new. You'll get more mad content like this. Seeing a Yorkshireman, a mad Yorkshireman talk to himself on a camera. So, happy days, innit? So, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.